Let's get to your top stories this morning. We are now in the 6th week of the government shutdown, making it the longest in U.S. history.
We know lawmakers still deadlocked over health care. Democrats demanding an extension to the expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies. Republicans will not budge. President Trump says he will not meet with Democrats to discuss health care until they vote to reopen the government. Impacts we know are being felt across the country as federal employees work without pay and delays in food assistance funding causing concern.
And now the Federal Aviation Administration has announced it is ordering a 10% reduction in flights at 40 airports.
Yeah, the full list was announced today, but we know that MSP International will see some impacts. We want to check in with our Barrett Leone, who is live for us at the airport right now. Barrett, what do travelers need to know, and when will these changes start happening when it comes to flights?
Hey, good morning, AJ, Heather. Well, right now at the airport, things are really quiet. We're only seeing 5-minute wait times at both the south and north security checkpoints. And take a look at this blue board. We're seeing lots of blue indicating everything on time. We see one delay here, but things are looking really good for now. Right? These changes, these impacts could be felt starting tomorrow, cancellations, longer wait times. And these cuts are happening at some of the busiest hubs. Think Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, and of course here at MSP. So that is what's coming for us tomorrow. Now, the FAA says that this move is meant to protect safety and prevent overworked crews from making mistakes. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the changes are temporary and proactive and could be expanded if staffing shortages continue. And while this list is not final, it does include some of the nation's busiest passenger and cargo hubs, again, like Chicago O'Hare, New York's JFK and LaGuardia, and MSP International.
This is proactive. We don't want to find ourselves in a situation, I think the administrator said, we don't want the horse out of the barn and then look back and say there were issues we could have taken that we didn't. So we are going to proactively make decisions that keep the airspace safe.
Now, MSP did respond to this announcement, telling passengers to stay connected with their airlines for updates on their travel plans. And these impacts, these cuts, are expected to be in full effect starting next week.
All right. Well, we shall see what happens tomorrow, the next week.
Moving forward,
and moving on. All right. Barrett, thank you.
Let's move to the St. Paul City Council because they continue to discuss a city ordinance aimed at restricting guns. This proposed ordinance would ban public possession of assault weapons, large capacity magazines, and binary triggers. It would also require all guns to have serial numbers and restrict firearms in some public spaces like parks and libraries. There would be exceptions for active duty law enforcement and military personnel, plus licensed federal firearms curators. The main hurdle the ordinance faces is Minnesota's preemption law, which blocks cities from creating their own gun ordinances. That's something City Council President and Ward 2 Representative Rebecca Noker sees as a way to put pressure on state lawmakers. Rob Dorr from the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus says they're ready to file a lawsuit.
There will be a legal challenge if this ordinance passes. And there's a lot of things that the city can do in order to try to mobilize action. You guys can lobby your legislators. You can organize days at the Hill. You can use your bully pulpit to talk about the issues. But the one thing you can't do is pass an ordinance that violates state law.
Still, Councilmember Noker says the council is ready for that legal challenge and believes the council is within their rights to pass it.
Now, Governor Walz was asked about this preemption, and he says it's always something that he's been hesitant about, but he has committed as ever to pushing for more gun control. But he also acknowledges the challenges he faces.
We all know the reality of this is, while the Senate now is back to the 34-33 split with Democratic control, the House is not. And now in this case, because of those two Democratic seats that have been opened up, it's actually a Republican majority. And the Republicans have been absolutely clear with me, with you, and with everybody in Minnesota that they are not interested in having a discussion around guns.
On Wednesday, the City Council opened up the floor to residents to share their thoughts on the ordinance as well.
We have a God-given right to protect ourselves, and the Constitution protects that. The Second Amendment does.
Given the danger of modern firearms, I cannot fathom why any sane person would oppose regulations to protect us.
City Council is expected to vote on the ordinance on November 12th.
And a tale of two mayoral races. Minneapolis voters are sticking with what they know, but St. Paul is beginning a new chapter. Minnesota State Representative Cully Herr will take over as mayor of the capital city. She'll become St. Paul's first woman and Asian American mayor. Tune in tonight as our Caroline Cummings sits down with her to discuss that historic win. Now, we mentioned Minneapolis sticking with what they know. Voters elected Mayor Jacob Frey to a third term. He won with just over 50% of the vote. His closest challenger, State Senator Omar Fateh, earned just over 44%. In a statement, challenger Fateh thanked voters who believed in his scrappy run as for mayor. He said, quote, "We built a campaign rooted in dignity, in care, and in courage, and nothing can take that away." Now, even with Mayor Frey's win, he still faces challenges.
A makeup of the city council could once again test his ability to get things done. So there are four new faces on the Minneapolis City Council. That's Pearl Warren in Ward 5, Elizabeth Schaefer in 7, Jamison Whiting in Ward 11, and Soren Stevenson in Ward 8. Now, despite the new faces on the council, the power dynamic hasn't changed all that much, with a more progressive council still a majority. Now, it's a city council that has clashed with Mayor Frey over everything from George Floyd Square to rideshare increases. But the mayor says he is ready to work with all of the city council to get things done.
And we're going to make sure we're both building out the relationships with those that agree and those that disagree, again, to find those common threads where we're all on board.
What does unifying the council look like to you? Coming in fresh eyes?
Community collaboration. It looks like no big I's and little U's.
So when asked about the working relationship between the city council and the mayor's office on Wednesday, the council president, Elliot Payne, said in part, "We saw an unprecedented amount of money pour into local elections this cycle. Now, they may have been narrowly able to buy a citywide seat, but I'm proud that they weren't successful in city council races. Voters want a strong council as a check and balance on executive power." Now, the progressive bloc of the council will hold 7 seats, but it's not enough to override a mayoral veto.